Okay, welcome back to Living Proof, our segment Proof Unfolded, and we want to welcome on our next guest.
Yay! So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi everybody, I'm Darla. I came to into the church when I was 4 years old. I'm basically a church kid. I came into the San Pedro church and I've been there ever since. And we've had like 3 pastor changes already. Our pastor now is Pastor Rick and Brittany. And just to say a little bit about my testimony. Been a church kid my whole life. I played the church game for a long time, and I didn't actually get saved until last year of May 2024. And it was just a really breaking point in my life. I got really depressed. I was in going a very bad way, and I left home. I almost committed suicide. And I was just very depressed, and I basically blocked out all the godly relationships that I had in my life. And it really it hurt me because I just didn't listen anymore. And I was just there at church, just not listening. I was not myself at all. I didn't even know who that girl was. I looked in the mirror and I did not see me. Like, it was just a shadow that I just seen, and I didn't even know who the girl was. And then I had ran away from home, and I was gonna commit suicide in a place called Second City in San Pedro. I was about to jump off the cliff, and I told God, if you send somebody to find me right now, if you really have a purpose in my life, if you're gonna use me, if I'm not a mistake, then you're gonna send somebody to find me. That I didn't think nobody was gonna find me. And then right after I said that prayer, I see my mom's van just come on the side, and I just start crying. I fell onto my knees and I started crying. And she comes running like, "Oh my gosh, Darla." And literally I was like, I didn't say anything because I was still like in shock that that had happened. I was very in shock. And then I came back to church and everything. I was still like mad and angry. I was just basically, I was mad at God for letting everything that had happened to me happen. And I thought I didn't deserve this. And I was still mad even though God sent somebody to find me that day. And it didn't take like a month for me to actually convert and surrender everything. And now I'm in ministry and I sing on the platform, and I'm happy and I'm free, and the past is a past. And so
That's
yeah.
awesome. So, would you say it was at the moment, like, when God brought that person to you that you realized, like, dang, like, God is real, like, God actually cares about me? Or would you say that you knew that the whole time, you were just kind of avoiding it?
So I knew there was a bunch of incidents that had happened ever since I was growing up in church. I've seen people almost die and bring back to life. And so I've seen those miracles. I knew God was real. I just didn't want it anymore. I thought this wasn't for me. I can't do it anymore. It's too hard. And I knew he was real, but I've never actually experienced God do something in my life, personally.
So, you've seen God work in other people's lives instead of your own.
Yes.
And so when you saw him work in your life, were you did you believe that it was God, or did you think could have been just coincidence?
No, I believed it was God, literally, because I prayed and I just felt like God just like hugged me, basically. I felt like this warm spirit when my mom hugged me. I felt like, okay, he's got me. Yeah. Like, he has me. But I still wanted to ignore it. I don't know why, but I still wanted to ignore that God had a plan for me.
Yeah.
So,
Dang. Yeah. That's crazy, especially as a church kid, like, that moment when you realize, like, wait, God actually, like, cares about me? Like, what? It's always crazy, and it's life-changing. It's something we can't forget.
So, if you don't mind me asking, what exactly led you to kind of turn away from God? You know, growing up in the church, you said, what led you to turn away, kind of do your own thing?
Just being the only girl for a long time in my church, being the only basically kid and surrounded by only boys, it it always hurt because there would be girls that would come to church and then leave, and then I just really wanted that attention from other people, and so I started seeking friends out of the church, and I found them, and I was just being used without even knowing, and just getting into a relationship that I wasn't even supposed to be in. It just broke me, and a lot of stuff had happened, and I was just like, I don't want to serve God anymore. Like, I've done all this stuff and God's not going to forgive me. I don't care if he forgave other people. Like, I'm a church kid, everybody's looking to me. And so that's what led me in a darker place.
Yeah, it's crazy. I feel like we always hear the same sentence from every church kid is always like, oh, I've done too much, the devil won't, or God won't forgive me. Like, the devil lies to each and every one of us. Oh, I've sinned too many times, I've asked for forgiveness too many times for God to want to forgive me of that and actually care about me. And it's crazy. I'm like, oh, the devil plays the same card for each and every one of us. Like, he's not even clever. He deceives us all in the same way. It's crazy.
Would you say that same, how you're saying that, like, you're a church kid, how people look up to you, would you say that could be the case for most pastor kids or for most church kids? Like, would you say that the same pressure on them is like, I grew up in the church, so people look to me, they think that I know most of everything because I grew up or I'm a pastor's kid? Would you say that could be the same pressure on them as well?
Yes, I've heard a lot of stories, and it's basically every church kid, every pastor kid mostly has the same pressure.
Yeah. And they feel that need. Again, the devil, like, oh, everyone looks up to you. You gotta be perfect. And it's like this burden, and then we're like, oh, never mind. Just like, I don't even want to do any of it. And we end up messing up our testimonies.
Right.
It's sad.
And when you said you fell into that depressing state, was that because there's a lack of the Lord's joy, or was there like personal things that you were going through that kind of led to that state?
I say it would be both. Exactly like what you said, lack of God's joy, and just not wanting it anymore. Basically, I was bored. I wanted to experiment the world, even though I had heard stories and people coming back to church. I just wanted to experiment for myself, and that basically ruined it for me.
And for like church kids watching, or like pastors' kids that have like been in church like their entire life, what would you want to like say to them and tell them? Because maybe they're thinking the same thing that you thought. I know I've heard it from so many people. Like, what would you want to say?
Obviously, you're never too far for God. Never give up. Even though you are under pressure, don't care about what people think. That's the worst you could do. Don't be a people pleaser. Don't care about what anybody thinks. It's like, ultimately, like, it's just what God thinks. At the end of the day, you're gonna be standing in front of God when you die, and it's just gonna be you and God. It's not gonna be anybody else with you in that room. Basically, it's just gonna be you and God, and just never give up. Just keep calling on God, and don't experiment anything in the world. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's crazy you say that, because just recently I was battling through that lie as well, where it's like I wanted to please people. I wanted to kind of be out there, like be accepted as well by the people, you know. And I had a great friend of mine, you know, we were talking, and he told me, like, don't people please, don't please these people in the world, because at the end of the day, it's not the world you're serving, it's God. You know, and what you do ultimately, it's to serve God and not to serve people. And when you're searching for acceptance within men, you're not going to find it, because each and every one of us are imperfect. You know, you're not gonna find that what you're looking for within people. You're gonna find it within God, because God had already accepted you, which is why He sent His Son to die for you. You know, He accepted you, and He cherishes you. And so it's crazy that you say that. I was just recently going through that as well. And so hearing that, you know, again, it touches me, and I hope that it touches, you know, church kids or pastor kids. Like, I hope it touches somebody, because you know, most Christians need to hear that. And so it's very powerful.
Yeah, and that's the whole point of sharing testimonies, is like they can relate to other people, either help them avoid going through the same thing, or help them realize, yeah, it's normal, we all go through these thoughts and these feelings.
It's
in our
kind of to
lives.
show that you're not alone, you know. We all go through it.
Yeah. So hopefully this testimony helped everybody watching this video. If it relates to you, let us know. We'd like to hear from you guys. And then yeah, thank you, Darla, for
Thank you, Darla.
for sharing your testimony.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you guys in the next episode.